So I have a theory of how or what Fluttershy wants to be. Oh, yeah, yeah, we're doing this now. Okay, so now this sounds like a silly question, but what if it isn't? Back in the episode Over Barrel, Fluttershy makes a very brief mention how she wishes she could be a tree. This line is often taken and treated as a gag by many fans, but later in the episode, Hurricane Fluttershy, we see her hiding inside of a tree, hoping to avoid Rainbow Dash. Why a tree? Well, we may see, and we actually need a look, to be honest. Um, and the episode Make New Friends, but Keep Discord, to crack this theory open. In it, we are introduced to a pony named Treehugger that Fluttershy has made friends with. Since back in the episode, there's a crowd. Now, I find Treehugger to be quite the interesting character, because while she is also treated as a joke among the G4 fans, one of her lines consists of an intriguing bit of dialogue between Discord and her. Treehugger. Nice to meet you, I'm Treehugger. Blessings. Discord. You have met me before, actually. And which after he snorts. Treehugger. Cool, like in another life, maybe? Though the conversation was rather short, I feel like there was a ton of unpacking in what she said. First off, this is the first time ever to mention of other lives coming into play in this series. This ties in with rebirth and resurrection, and it just so happens that the butterfly's flourish key mark spiritual meaning is that of rebirth, the elevation from earth matters. Well, transcendence to spiritual, Treehugger with all of her talk of seeing auras, feeling vibes, speaking with of other lives, and extending blessings. Seems to be the very spiritual tuning character, you know, tune character, but one that even has more knowledge of more spiritual beings and plane than we perceive. It would be no surprise if this was the catalyst of her and Fluttershy's friendship. When they met in on the tree to see the breezies, on the trip to see the breezies, sorry, and why there was such a connection between them now. It could very well be that Fluttershy could have been a tree in her past life, which unknowingly to Fluttershy himself, which prompted that bit of desiring to be a tree dialogue before she had ever met Treehugger, and once they did meet, Fluttershy's aura would have just needed to be read for long for to be revealed. But I think that there's even more of to this theory. I think to truly I think to truly understand that why Fluttershy wants to be a tree, we would have to look at her virtue, or her element, basically, kindness. The origin of the word kindness is from a Anglo-Saxon kind of kin, a kind or kin, um, which means family, as in kinship, and kindred. That Saxon word or German word can also mean child. Us in the word kindergarten, as in the word kindergarten, Kindness was gentle and caring affection towards a child, a family member, or even an animal. The Hebrew word chesed or chesed is used in the Old Testament to describe the loving kindness of God. Kindness is valued as a core ethic in the religious views of all ilks. It is a virtue that the foundation of what they call tikkun olam, which means the repairing of the world. Though chesed, through kindness, God repairs a broken world. So the importance of kindness as a fruit of the Spirit becomes more meaningful when we consider the Hebrew background. Anyways, fluttershy embodies this chesed, this virtue of kindness to a T. She has done the most amongst her friends in repairing a broken world through taming of manticores, Jacarnicoi, Cerberus, and many more monsters that inhabit the treacherous Ponylands. So knowing this, I don't think that Fluttershy was just an old standard tree in her past life. No, I think she might have been a very important tree, or a very important one, that could have shaped pony history as we know it. I think that Fluttershy might have been the original Tree of Harmony, but here's why. Does anyone recall how the Pillars of Harmony had the seed, and that they were able to, embed themselves with their strengths? For the sake of defending Equestria, it was recounted, in Shadowplay by Starscroll himself. But the sea he speaks of looking much like a jewel or a sapphire, to be exact. Now, given the comparison of the modern day Tree of Harmony, it wouldn't have been a surprise, honestly, but that seed that the pillars had didn't originate from the Tree of Harmony. It spawned it. So then, where did the seed originate? I think that it came from the divine source, perhaps being the original Tree of Harmony that Fluttershy could have been in her past life. Let's take a look at Fluttershy once more. Giving her close tie with a desire to be a tree, the origin of the name of her virtue, having a friend who can see auras and speak past lives in a spiritual sense? Do you think it is of many mere coincidence that we find Fluttershy has a part that she named after a spiritual being, an angel? Well, what if Fluttershy being the original Tree of Harmony, her past life, or rather the Tree of Life that was created by the Divine, giving her ability to repair a broken world, symbolizing renewal and rebirth, as Akuma clearly depicts, was the mother that the seed that was given to the pillars? Furthermore, if Fluttershy was the original Tree of Harmony, then that would explain why her modern self claims to have a fear of dragons, discord. The word dragon takes its roots of the Greek word drakon, large serpent, and the scriptures consistently depict the devil as a serpent and dragon. Discord species, Sucarnicus, shares the root word as a various spelling. So, is it any surprise that in this context of scripture, if Fluttershy was the original tree in her past life, that she would hold to that trauma of being afraid of dragons, and draconic falling angel Esquip, serpent, discord. Now keep in mind, she's not afraid of Spike, but that could be because he's a baby dragon, not a full-grown one. We see in Dragonshy that she is not scared of Spike, which they clearly say, but she is scared of fully grown dragons, which explains why she never goes to the Dragonlands in the series. Well, except for one episode. Swallow goes back to her homeland with the Dragonlands, and they figure out that Fluttershy can get over her fear. That's kind of what I'm going for, but the dragons aren't always that evil that we see in Dragonshy. I'm just saying. Anyways, I think there was plenty of series evidence across many episodes that lends itself to this theory. That's why Fluttershy might have been originally be a tree and desire her past life as one. In that one line of dialogue, but this is just my theory. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Until next time, this is Professor Immerse signing off. Until next time. Class is dismissed.